This is the new news, New Testament.
Welcome back. You're still watching Weekend Live on SABC2. Now, to many, Liz Ugombo is a fashion icon. Few are very aware of her other talents. The Kenyan former model is back in South Africa, where she hopes to relaunch her music career, performing what she calls world new jazz. Liz Ugombo has just released an untitled 4-track recording and joins us to discuss her career change, music, and of course, inspiration. Liz, welcome to Weekend Live and South Africa, I guess.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, what inspired your career change?
I don't think it's a career change. I wouldn't really call it that. I'm still doing much within the industry as a fashion designer and still running an agency in Kenya. So I'm still connected to the fashion world, but I just feel like it was about time to focus on the music career and try to expand it and try to just maximize on it because it's there.
Now, how does being a model and fashion designer sort of inspire your music, and how does it sort of, you know, interact with each other, the three?
I don't want to say, I mean, I know people still look at me as a model, but I'm very focused on fashion design and still, like I said, interlinks with music where I have a girl band in Kenya.
Yeah.
And for me, I'll give you an example. Instead of doing the traditional runway to showcase my collection, I would actually put my new collection on the girl band. It's like a 10-girl band.
Yeah.
And, you know, and rock up at some place and have a performance. Yeah. And that way people get to enjoy me musically, and they also get to enjoy me on a fashion level. Yeah. So they enjoy the collections concurrently. Yeah. So, it's just...
two birds in one stone.
Exactly.
Now, explain the definition of world new jazz. This is on your publicity material.
I want to say it's genreless, but I want to say that I have a lot of influence on, from jazz, amongst other genres. So I think it's just the whole influence of jazz and trying to incorporate it into today's era, and that's just how I come up with that. I don't have a genre right now. I just think that it's leaning towards new jazz.
Now, who are your and what are your musical influences?
Ella Fitzgerald, Nina Simone, Fela Kuti, a couple of new school, Jimmy Lutlu, Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, Lenubian. It's a whole melange. I mean, it's a whole mix of different artists. I speak French, so I have a couple of French influences. Amel, and then I have a couple of... I lived in the U.S. for years, so I got a lot of influence from the new soul, like the Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. And then of course, I'm African, so I get a lot of inspiration from the local sounds and just kind of intertwine it. So it's a whole mix. So.
And now that you mentioned and talking about the Nubian and was talking earlier about the sound, you almost sound like Green Belleray as well. Are those some of the things that you take into consideration?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I'm trying to, like I said, I really want to, I'm going to work on my album. I'm already working on bits and pieces for my album, but I seem to have an inspiration from so many angles, so I don't know what we're going to come up with eventually, but it's going to be something really different, but something that appeals to the globe other than just a specific type of place or a specific type of people, you know?
What issues do you tackle in your music, though?
I think the biggest thing was people are so used to seeing me, people are maybe used to seeing me on the runway or on the fashion side of life, and so when you say you sing, it's like, okay, what is she coming with this time, you know? So there's a lot of lax attitude and more like, okay, laissez-faire, like what is she coming with? But besides that, I think for everything or every space that I've worked with or that I've done a show, or I've got a lot of I've got a lot of love and a lot of interest. So it's not too many challenges yet.
Now, you know, in a world where not so many neo soul stars have succeeded, what sets you apart from the rest of them?
I don't know. I'm just doing what I do. You know, I'm creating music as well. I think I have good people around me and good contacts and good inspiration. So I think I'm just feeling like I'm strategically in a good space and have good people around. So
now, you released your album in South Africa. Do you think your genre will be, has a market here in South Africa where there's kwaito, there's house music, you know? Do you think there's a market for your music in South Africa?
I believe there is.
All right, Liz, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
of course, we look forward to hearing more of your music. Kenyan singer Liz Ugombo discussing her music and the release of her untitled 4-track recording. So what do you think of Liz's music? Write to us Weekend Live at sabc.co.za. Share your views, but stay tuned for more of her dialected tunes later.